I run, you'll see what a great job, because I'll do a full disclosure of finances.
Including your tax returns?
We'll look at that. Maybe I'm going to do the tax returns when Obama does his birth certificate.
I think that Mitt was hurt really very badly by this whole thing with the income tax returns.
Mitt has to get those tax returns out.
April 1st is the time that historically everybody gives them.
If you didn't see the tax returns, you'd think there's almost like something wrong. What's wrong? I want to tell you right now, I have no problem with giving my tax returns.
Will you release your tax returns?
We'll see what I'm going to do with tax returns. I have no major problem with it, but I may tie them to a release of Hillary's emails.
Will you release any of your tax returns for the public to scrutinize?
Well, we're working on that now. I have very big returns, as you know, and I have everything all approved and very beautiful.
Sure, if the audit is finished, I'll do it as fast as the audit is finished. I can't do it until the audit is finished, obviously. Nobody would ever put out their returns that's under an audit. I'm always audited by the IRS, which I think is very unfair. I don't know, maybe because of religion, maybe because of the fact that I'm a strong Christian and I feel strongly about it, and maybe there's a bias.
Let's talk about Donald Trump's tax records. When can we expect to see them?
When his lawyer and his accountants tell him that he should release them when he's no longer under audit. He's made that very clear.
Has Donald Trump, or will he release anything from the IRS, a letter from the IRS proving that he's under audit?
I'm sorry?
Will Donald Trump release anything from the IRS proving that he's under audit?
I don't know. Why? In other words, why are you calling him a liar?
Well, we're taking his word for it.
Are you calling him a liar?
I'm not releasing the tax returns because, as you know, they're under audit.
But every president since the 70s has
Oh,
had
gee,
a
I've
required
never
audit
heard that.
from the IRS.
Oh, gee, I've never heard that.
I've
never heard that.
Sir,
You know, the only one that cares about my tax returns are the reporters, okay? They're the only ones.
The American public is concerned
But no,
about
I don't think so. I won.
Do you believe
I mean, I became president. No, I don't think they care at all. I don't think they care at all. I think you care. I think you care. First of all, you learn very little from a tax return. What you should do is go down to federal elections and take a look at the numbers. And actually, people have learned a lot about my company, and now they realize my company is much bigger, much more powerful than they ever thought. We're in many, many countries.
Can you mention a couple of the 100,000 people who sent in petitions on health care, talking about health care? You also have more than 200,000 who petitioned the White House calling on President Trump to release his full tax returns with all information needed to verify Emoluments Clause compliance. Whenever 100,000 petition, that triggers a White House response. So what is the White House response?
The White House response is that he's not going to release his tax returns. We litigated this all through the election. People didn't care. They voted for him. And let me make this very clear. Most Americans are very focused on what their tax returns will look like while President Trump is in office, not what his look like. And you know full well that President Trump and his family are complying with all the ethical rules, everything they need to do to step away from his businesses and be a full-time president. But on this matter of tax returns, people they want to keep litigating what happened in the campaign.